everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea, and today I'm here for the usual, the book outlet haul. I already told you guys about this one that was coming up because in my last book haul, I said that I placed 4 orders back to back, and I only got the first 2 to haul in my May book haul, so these are the other 2. They both got here today, and I cannot let them sit around in a box and be sad and lonely in a box, so I had to open them, which means I have to film, so hello. That was a really long-winded intro for books. Okay, I'm just gonna open the boxes. Here we go. So I shall start with the smaller of the 2. I don't know which is which. I think they both have about 4 or 5 books in them. This one just happens to be easier to hold right now, so that's my option that I'm going with because lazy. If you watched my last haul, you know that I'm kind of in the middle of going through my shelves and ordering the matching versions of books for a mismatched series that I have. I'm trying to get all my series or duologies or anything to match. So I went through and did that. So that's what a majority of these books are going to be. So the first book in this box is Wandering Star, and this is by Romina Russell. This is the sequel to Zodiac, which I have right here. I just really like the covers. I have not read this yet. I got it on Book Outlet strictly on a cover buy, and the fact that it has to do with astrology stuff, which is something that has never been written about in YA. So when I saw the matching hardcover, I was like, okay, we'll get them, because they will look really cool on my shelf, because they look like tie-dye galaxy type stuff. I finally picked up a copy of Rampant in hardcover, and this is by Diana Peterfreund. This is a killer unicorn story, in case you're curious. I have Ascendant, which is the sequel, in hardcover, so now they can go together and look beautiful on my shelf. That's the plan. So the next book that I got is Not a Drop to Drink by Mindy McGinnis. I had the paperback version of this, so now I have the hardback version to match A Handful of Dust, so they're gonna look beautiful together on my shelf. This makes me so unbelievably happy to find matching copies for really cheap, because I have a really hard time justifying buying another version of a book that I already own. I think that's kind of wasteful, so this is how I'm going about it when they're really cheap. The next book that I picked up is Everything I Never Told You, and this is by Celeste. Yep, I don't know. NG, how would you say that? This is a book that I've seen a lot of people talking about, and I really want to read it, so when I saw it on there I was like, perfect. I know that this is an adult fiction story about a family who, they find their daughter, or some member of a family is found dead in a lake, and it's about the family coming together and trying to solve the mystery that's happened, and it kind of bonds the family together. And it also takes place in the 1970s with a Chinese family. So I feel like it's going to be kind of a really interesting read because that's a very different time period, that's a very different culture for me to read about. So I'm just really excited to get into this. I also picked up If I Fall, If I Die, and this is by Michael Christie. This is another adult fiction novel that I have been wanting to read since I heard the description about it when it came out, so I was really excited to get it. This is about a mother and a son, and the mother is a severe agoraphobe, as in she's terrified to leave her house. But I believe there's a missing boy or a murder or something that happens that draws the son out of the protection of his home with his mom. So he's about to experience the world outside. So I have a feeling it's going to be very heart-wrenching and probably really tough to read at times, but I feel like it's going to be a really good read. I've heard it's a really blunt and honest and breathtaking story about mental illness and overcoming family bonds and just everything that's supposed to be good about adult contemporary fiction. Moving on to box number 2. This one is slightly larger, and I wish I could tell you what I actually ordered in this, but I can't remember now because I ordered so many back to back that I have no idea what is in any of these, so here we go. The first book that is in there is a paperback copy of Everfound, and this is the 3rd and final book in the Skinjackers trilogy, which I read a long time ago. I loved it. It's by Neil Shusterman, who is one of my favorite authors. So now it's going to match the first 2. I actually am getting rid of the hardcover version of this so that the rest of the series matches, so ta-da! I also picked up this version of The Rosie Effect, which is a sequel to The Rosie Project, because I have this version, the red Rosie Project, that matches this one, so ta-da, now they match. I also picked up a copy of Wings, and this is the 3rd and final book in the Black City trilogy, I think. This is by Elizabeth Richards. I am gonna be honest, I have not read this series yet. All of these are strictly cover buys. I have been seeing these and I love the covers. I couldn't even tell you what the story is about, but They're beautiful. So these are the first two. We have this gorgeous cover, Phoenix, and then we have this gorgeous cover, Black City. I think I switched those. I think Black City is the first one. So now I have all three of them that look beautiful together. I love these covers. They are just so dang good. So, picked up this one. I also picked up a copy of For Darkness Shows the Stars, and this is also by Diana Peter Frunt, who wrote the Killer Unicorn Rampant Ascendant duology, and I am pretty excited to get something else by her. This, I believe, is a romance, paranormal romance, but it has something to do with stars, I think. It just sounds like one of those epic love stories that deals with the span of time and space, and I have no idea. I'm making that up. I just really like the cover and the author, so that's why I bought this. Also, I see the sequel to this on Book Outlet all the time, so I figured, why not? You know. I also picked up White Space, and this is by Ilsa J. Bick. Ilsa J. Bick is one of my, like, go-to authors. Ever since I read her Ashes trilogy, which is, like, the best zombie story that I have read in YA ever, I think it was, like, perfectly done for how a zombie horror story should be written. So, I love her writing, and I wanted to pick up this book, but I kind of forgot over the years. I don't know. This just sounded really good. She's really good at horror writing, and this is about a girl who has blinks, like these weird blinks that she experiences that are like glimpses of like a different life in a different time, which is a very common trend right now in YA, but it's a lot of like disturbing things like a dead body or like a manuscript of somebody who's writing a horror story. So she's obviously trying to figure out what's going on, how she's getting these little like blips into her life. So it just sounded really good. I really like the author, so I grabbed this one. I also picked up Ravencliff, and this is by Carol Goodman, and this is the sequel to this book, Blythewood, which I ordered in like one of my last hauls. And these are books that I just really like the spines and the covers to them. Still haven't read this. I've only had it for like a couple weeks, so I still haven't gotten to this, but I was excited to see the sequel, so maybe I'll find the third one on there at some point. That's the goal. That's pretty much how I deal with Book Outlet. I'm just like, I'll see it eventually. That's it for this book haul. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I am sure there are going to be more in the future because I got a couple of those $5 off coupon bookmark things that they send out, which means I have to buy more from them, because that's how marketing works. It works really well on me. So I hope you guys are reading some amazing books, and I will see you guys in my next video.